All right, you're watching the Monday morning live stream right here on Dodgers Digest. Of course, Dodgers getting a big win yesterday over the San Diego Padres. I'm Mike Nelson. How you doing today, Brad?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing after a nice win?
It was good, man. It was good to be at the game on Saturday. First time seeing the Dodgers this season. Of course, the Dodgers didn't get the win on Saturday, of course, but it was still a good game to go to. It's always fun to go to San Diego to see games. Second time I go see the Dodgers, or third time at the park, but it's always a fun park to visit. That's a really nice park for sure in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I mean, and you look back to I used to when I went to college down in that area for a while. We would go to Jack Murphy Stadium. That was the stadium that everything was held at. And it's like when they built and put that place in where they did, that's just it's such a good ballpark. I mean, it's nowhere near Dodger Stadium. Let's just say that right now. But
Yeah, I mean, like what 3 hour, 2.5 hours away. It's really far away, but yeah, totally different place. But yeah, Dodgers getting a big win. As we know, yesterday Dalton Rushing having probably the biggest moment
boom.
of his baseball career. What a moment yesterday for the Dodgers.
Oh man, I mean, and you kind of felt for the guy because if you think about him and you think about what he's always meant, every team that kid's been on before he was a Dodger, he's been like the star on the team. He's been the guy that's leading the offense. He's been the guy that's scoring the runs. He's the guy that's playing every day. Well, then he gets to the Dodgers and he's the backup guy. He's not playing every day, and so the offense isn't centered around him like it is on so many teams. So for him, he's kind of out of place. Didn't feel right. Was only getting a start every 5 days or something like that. So to see him get that was a true feel good moment for a D Rush to get that home run.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure on the road, in a game where the Dodgers were losing for the most part, right? I mean, it was a slow start offensively again. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, though, of course, kept him in, throughout the game. That was a great
Yeah.
pitching performance for Yamamoto on the road.
What kind of a short fence is that? Teo should have had a grand slam home run in
Yeah,
that first inning. I just thought that, like, I guess that from what I heard, they had recently had lowered that fence right there. Just like you just felt for it. It's like it almost at that point to me, I was looking at it, Mike, going, "Oh man, not another one of these." Right? The Dodgers only get one run. Yeah, bases loaded, nobody out. So I was like, "Here we go again." And they, kind of didn't do much for about 3 innings, but then the onslaught of the home runs to Freddie getting two, Shohei getting one towards the end of the game, and D. Rush getting his two as well. So, I mean, I was a little worried at first. I was like, "Oh man, they're not doing anything." So,
yeah, I mean, because that's what happened.
after
Kind of
this,
the first
yeah,
two games of the series, right? The first two games of the series, the Dodgers really didn't have anything going offensively, right? 2 runs in two
yeah,
games. Basically, what is it? Saturday, they were almost it was a perfect game. The first six
yeah,
innings for San Diego
yeah.
for
They
Cortez.
had five. They had five. What was it? 5 hits between the first two games. So 5 hits total in 18 innings was the total what they had for those first 2 games.
Yeah,
And then they hadn't done much going into the third game. So really for them to turn it on. But here's the deal, dude. You know as well as I know. Look at the resume of every player that we're talking about. And sure, they're having down times. Like Mookie was down, Freddie was down, Shohei hadn't hit a home run against the Padres in like I don't know since early in the season or something like that. But like they can't always be down. These aren't guys where now they're just crappy players now. They're not any good anymore. Like it doesn't happen that way. It's a slow decrease. So if a guy's struggling and he's just not hitting, and he's an all-star guy, you still gotta kind of have faith, don't you? That he's gonna come out of it at some point.
yeah. With all the players the Dodgers have, I mean, they have so many future Hall of Famers. I mean, it's either going to be one guy or another guy, right? I mean, this team usually doesn't go
Yeah.
too long losing games. They've been swept a bit too much, I think, this year though. Way too many series have been swept. Think about it. They've been swept twice against the Angels and Brewers, swept by the Astros. That's of course got to change for the playoffs. But they were very close to getting swept again this weekend. San Diego could have had a two-game lead. The
Oh,
Dodgers found a way to come back, and it's tied up again. Yesterday, you can't say enough about how important that win was. I think for the Dodgers, probably the most important win of the season yesterday.
yeah, and it showed. Look, hey, they had the lead 1-0. Then they went down 2-1. Freddie ties things up, and then D. Rush goes and gets his. What was his? The 3 run or the 2 run? I think his was a 2-run home run.
Yeah.
And then Freddie had the 3-run after that.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
Rushing had the 3-run homer.
Yeah, he had the 3-run.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they were down, and it was almost like, hey, man, you could kick them again because they just got beat 2 games. They had a lead. They should have had a grand slam. They didn't. They got 1 run. And then all of a sudden, it's back to normal again. So, or how normal has been the last couple of months. So, to see him fight back, to see Freddie lock in not only once but twice, and his first multi-homer game of the season too.
Yeah.
I mean, Freddie's had a lot of multi-game home runs, but not this. This is the first one of the season for him. So good to see him respond back. They could have just folded like some chumps out there, and the Dodgers came back and fought to win. So
yeah,
good stuff, and they cushioned it too as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was
and the bullpen looked good
for once. Yeah, I mean, the bullpens looked so inconsistent all year long. This is kind of the first time, it's been the Dodgers really found a way to close it out yesterday, which is important. But I mean, I think it really helps too having all the run support, right? I mean, you score that many runs, it takes a lot of pressure off the bullpen. I mean, it wasn't a 1-run game. Once Rushing hit that 3-run shot, the Dodgers didn't look back after that.
It was funny because I predicted in the first game the Dodgers to win 8-2 over the Padres. Well, that didn't happen until the third game. So
yeah, a couple days later, 48 hours.
Brad Stradamus was wrong a little bit, and I got some heat. People are, man, this guy, every time he tries to claim a sweep, he's a chump, he's this, he's that. So I thought that was kind of funny to get some heat from people. But look, Brad Stradamus got 1 right and 2 wrong. Dude, that's 333, right?
You're a 300 hitter right there.
Yeah, I'm better than Conforto right there.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we got some comments here, though, from people who are tuning in this morning. We got Craig saying Conforto needs to be demoted or DFA'd. We still have a lot of people still don't want Conforto on this team.
Oh, I want to talk about that, too.
Right.
Ray Velasquez has just been hammering Fire Dip Roberts. I mean, we all know what he's saying. But he keeps saying it, and I'm just like, okay, Ray, when do you fire him? Let me just put it out there. Are you saying fire him before the postseason right now? Because that would be a really weird time to fire someone, right?
Yeah.
Or do you fire him in the offseason? But Ray's not really telling me which one it is, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fire Roberts thing is getting a little ridiculous because we know the Dodgers won the World Series last year. They gave him a contract extension.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see any. I mean, unless the Dodgers losing the first round, losing the wild card round, is it maybe a possibility? I mean,
no, I don't think
even
so.
if the Dodgers losing the wild card round, do you see the Dodgers exploring that possibility?
They're going to run him back out next year. There's no way. Yeah. They signed him to the contract. If he gets beaten in the postseason, which I still think the Dodgers will be victorious in the end this year, I mean, I don't think he loses the job on that. And you know what? And look, he's not as bad as manager as people try to say. So many people just fire on him 24/7. It's like, look, you can say all you want about the guy, but he's done what he's done, and you can say he doesn't make the calls. It's everyone above him makes all the calls. You can say all that, but look, when push comes to shove, he's got a winning record. Look at his numbers. Look what he's done. Does he overmanage sometimes? Yeah, he does, and I feel he does. And choices that he makes sometimes, like, does he pick this guy over numbers? Is this guy? I'm going to give this guy extra shots sometimes, but everyone's going to make mistakes no matter what. But realistically, 31 games in the season, and you want to fire him right now? Like, when do you want to fire the guy? If he doesn't make postseason, are Dodger fans saying he's cut? If he doesn't make, or if he doesn't get out of the postseason, is he done?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good question to pose to the fans. I mean, if the Dodgers somehow fell out of the playoffs, which, I mean, hopefully it doesn't happen, or if they were, it's unlikely, right? Because they're too far
not
ahead.
Gonna happen.
Yeah, they could fall into the wild card round, though. And then, of course, we don't know what could happen there. Would Dodger fans be willing to part with Roberts if they lose in the wild card round? That's the thing.
I think you have two camps. You got people that understand it's a hard thing to be a manager of a Major League Baseball team, right? And then there's the people that are just like, no matter what he does, fire him, remove him. He's the worst.
Even if they win the World Series.
I mean, but then the argument is, a lot of people just go, oh, yeah, no, he doesn't make the calls. It's Freeman above him. And
so it's basically people just don't want him no matter what happens. Because of everything that's happening, because he's been a long time with Dave Roberts, right? I mean, Dave Roberts has been with the Dodgers almost a decade. right? It's
I
not
know,
like
and
this
for
guy's
me,
been here for a year. And I think that's why
no,
fans have had a long relationship with him. Some of them have had a bad relationship. Like they've been like criticizing him from day one. And that's why it's been
yeah.
building up all these years, I think.
Well, I still go the Game 7 Yu Darvish start that the Dodgers did in Game 7 of the World
Houston,
Series.
yeah.
Yeah, that to me was why are you, that should have been a bullpen game right there. You had Kershaw, you had all these guys, you had people that could have just done an inning here and there, and you was not pitching well at that point. I still think that was a bad decision. So if that's one thing that you take, he ruined a chance for us to get a World Series win against Houston.
Well, they were
They're
cheating
cheating
too.
anyways.
They were
Yeah.
cheating. I
So
mean, they stole all the
however
signs.
you however you want to slice that, I just think that, and the thing for me, Mike, honestly, with him is because I used to DJ for the Dodgers from 2003 to 2008. He was a player. I had all his music lined up. Like when he would steal a base, I'd have "Dirt Off My Shoulder." I mean, I had songs for when he hit a double. I had his walk-up music. So I just got used to him being on a team as a player and just kind of liking him as an individual. So it's so hard for me to hate on that guy. It
Yeah.
really is. Because he's a Dodger player. He's been the manager when we've won 2 World Series. He has a stellar record with the Dodgers. Like, how can you hate? Sorry to go on a tangent on Dave Roberts, but you know how that goes.
We got what is it? Rumor saying glad we avoided the sweep and back in first place by owning the tiebreaker. That's right. I mean, the Dodgers, as we know, had already clinched the tiebreaker before this series
Yeah.
of all the W's they had over San Diego. But I think that's important. The Dodgers had that tiebreaker all the way to the end of the year. It's the last time they played San Diego this season. And of course, if they end up tying, which can happen at the end of the year, the Dodgers will be winning that division.
Well, and you look at it, it's like you could be a Padre fan and harsh the Dodgers all day long, but what's the record against Dodgers Padres this season? 9 wins for the Dodgers, 4 wins for the Padres. That's a pretty significant difference. That's over twice as much. So it's like Padre fans can say, "Oh yeah, we got the best." Do you also notice that every time the Dodgers faced the Padres, the Vegas line, Dodgers were always favored, whether it was in Petco or whether it was at Dodger Stadium? So it's like obviously they're the better team no matter what. Yeah, Padres came and did what they could do, but now they're on their own. They have to go try and beat other teams and get in because the Dodgers need to do what they do now. But Padres, I mean, come on, dude. If the Padres actually made it to the World Series, I think I'd want them to face Detroit and get beat again.
Just like
Can you
1984.
imagine?
Just like 1984.
Go to the World Series twice and by facing the same team and
Yeah.
get beat by them.
I mean, it could
both
happen.
times. Yeah,
It could happen.
someday that could happen.
No, it could happen this season. The Tigers. I mean,
No, they're not going to get through the
it could
Dodgers.
happen.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm saying, I mean, the Dodgers, as we know, are I think favored to win the division. I mean, I think everybody has to agree with that, right? I mean, there's no debate about that one. I mean, even though it's tied right now, it's August 25th of this year. The Dodgers
31
are
games.
clearly favored to win the division. I mean, it would be a
31
shock
games.
if they don't win the division, I think. It'd be a complete shock.
Massive shock. Huge shock, for sure. They got 31 games left. 19 are against sub 500 teams.
Yeah.
Right?
Easy schedule.
Come on, right?
Yeah.
Ray got back to me, man.
What did he say?
He's not happy with me defending.
What did Ray say? We got
off-season brats are only because we were one and done. Mark my word, only reason he's done decent is because of the organization and the talent we have. Bruce Bochy won a World Series in Texas with far less.
Not Bruce Bochy. We keep going to these guys that are from the Giants, though. I mean, that's the thing. Like, Bruce Bochy became a Hall of Fame manager not because of what he did with Texas. It's because of what he did with the Giants.
But if you look at what Ray said, I mean, that makes point. Look, he says Roberts would not have done as good if he wouldn't have the organization and the talent.
Yeah.
That's an obvious. That's Captain Obvious right
brainer.
there. Of course, you're definitely not going to get as many wins as he's ripped off without a good team, right? There's no way you do that, right?
Well, that's why some people say that the Dodgers would win regardless of who was managing the team.
That's the argument right there.
Yeah.
That what you just said. That's the argument that everybody gives right there. It's like anyone could manage the team. I mean, a chicken could manage the team. Like,
I don't know though.
I mean.
I think it's hard, though. I think Dave Roberts has done, especially after last season, all the pressure that they had after going down 2-1. I mean, he had to be there for that Game 4, that they basically his job was on the line, and he got those guys to win those games for him, right? I think that's his biggest moment, I think, as a Dodger manager, that first round of last year. It's got to be the biggest moment of his managerial career.
And the worst thing that could happen to the people who do not like Dave Roberts is if he wins another World Series,
Yeah.
dude is not going anywhere
Well,
for
no.
at least another 3 or 4 years. So that's just going to be
More
pulling
like
your
10
hair out.
years.
Ah, he's still there.
Well, no, he'll basically be like Tommy Lasorda if he wants to stay with the team for decades.
I don't think people dislike Tommy though.
Well, no, he was
There's
very well liked. I'm just saying
yeah,
Roberts will get that same option regardless. Because no
yeah,
Dodger team has ever gone back to back. So if they were to go
yeah.
back to back this year, I mean, it would be basically
They should have.
confirming the Dodgers is the best group of players and manager they've ever had.
They should have against the Yankees. Dodgers should have went back to back. Those 2 losses with Reggie
Oh, in the
Jackson
'70s.
being
Yeah.
yeah, those should have been back to back. But okay, far removed from that. But I don't. I think Dave is solid where he's at. The Dodger organization, he's right. I mean, the organization's amazing. The talent they farm from their farm team is good. Everything they do is good. And yes, if you're thrown in as the Dodgers manager, you're probably going to do better because you have a better team to work with and you have a better organization to work with. That's like you said, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah. No brainer. And then, of course, let's go. We got some more comments here. What else we got? We got Craig saying Will Smith now looks like second half Smith. Kind of not hitting good. What's up with that? We have the best hitting catcher in baseball. I'd rather have Will
Yeah.
Smith. I mean, he didn't play yesterday, but I'm saying Will Smith is the guy, and that's it. It has to be.
What's funny is you look at the guys that are the batting or in the chase for the batting title in the
Yeah.
National League, and it's right what? It's Will Smith, it's Freddie Freeman,
Yeah.
and then who else? Former Dodger,
Who else is it?
shortstop
Oh,
from the Phillies.
Trey Turner.
Yeah, Trey.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like those 3. Of course,
Yeah.
it's all 3, either a former Dodger or 2 current Dodgers
Yeah.
for the title. Yeah, and honestly, if you look at Will Smith's numbers, I can't give them to you right now, but his last, I don't know, this last month has been pretty bad for Will Smith. So
Yeah.
you're not far off on that.
Yeah, it's been bad, but
But do you
still
get
the
him-
best hitting catcher in baseball, right?
But put it this way, it's been so bad for him. So yesterday, where Rushing played instead of him, you look at his batting average. Who was the guy? It was the pitcher. Forget from yesterday. The Dodgers beat. Will Smith was batting like 450 off the guy, and Will Smith did not get the start. Yes, I know it was a day game, and they're going to give.
Well,
Rushing
yesterday
the
Nick
start on the day
Pivetta.
game.
Nick Pivetta was pitching for San
Yeah,
Diego.
it was Pavetta.
Yeah.
Right, and he had owned him. Will Smith had owned him.
Yeah.
So I thought Will Smith would get the start, even though it's a day game, because the Dodgers were looking to break out of a slump. But they put Rushing in, and I was like, why would you do that? Like I didn't see the smart in that thing. So I don't know. I just think you Dave Roberts will overmanage to a point, but I just think he's your guy no matter what. And we got to stick with him on this point. And we got to stick with the team because, dude, it's really up to the team at this point. Like, there's 31 games left.
Yeah.
Like I said, 19 against sub-500 teams, games against sub-500 teams. What do? Do you just roll over? Are some of the guys who won last year, are they too soft for winning? Or guys aren't hungry enough? I mean, it's up to the Dodgers right now to either just stand up and knock these teams out, because if you can't beat the sub-500 teams going into the postseason right now, it's like you don't even deserve to be there.
Yeah, obviously, but I just think because of the way the schedule is set up, it's very unlikely the Dodgers don't win the division, right? San Diego has tougher games than the Dodgers, right? What is it, like they have to go to Seattle still? The Dodgers got to go to Seattle too, but it's at the end of the year when things could be already wrapped up. But I just think the Dodgers have it set up easier to win with the players that they have.
I agree.
And it would be a massive shock. I do think, though, if the Dodgers don't win the division and end up in the wild card run somehow, there is going to be a lot of criticism on the Dodgers because they're too good to not be winning the division and be in the top 2 spots. And I just wonder how the team is going to react playing in the wild card round when they weren't supposed to be there. That has got to be a concern if you're a Dodger fan. Because right now they would be playing in that wild card round. They're currently 3rd in the National League, so they would be playing in that first round. And you got to just wonder how this team is going to react playing in extra games that they weren't supposed to be playing.
That's true.
That's going to be the issue, I think.
Well, then that goes back to getting hot at the right time that we talk about. Like when you're, like, let's say you're struggling, and all of a sudden there's 15 games left in the season or 20 games, you turn on and you're showing up every single day, you're getting hits, you're doing everything to help the team get the W, then that's going into the playoffs. I don't care if you have to go wild card or not. If you're ready and you got the momentum, I think that's good. I think if you sit, I think it's worse to sit and wait for a team to finish when you've already finished than it is to keep fighting all the way through, especially if you get hot at the right time, which I've always said the perfect storm. You see how everyone's coming back one by one.
Yeah.
Like we keep getting another guy. I mean, that's why I've always called it the perfect storm. Coming at the end of the season, have the momentum going into it. I don't see the Dodgers not winning the division, as we talked about. It's set up for them with 19 games against subs, 31 total games left. So a third, right? And then you look at facing Cincy. Cincy's above 500 teams. So if you do something here with the next 3 days playing against Cincinnati at Dodger Stadium, that's big right there. What if you threw the sweep? I'm not predicting the sweep. I don't want to drink coffee out of the shoe today. But I'm just saying, what if you take 2 of 3? That's solid because that's a team you needed to beat because it's one of the harder teams you're going to face in the final 31 games.
Yeah, well, like we were saying, though, the perfect storm coming, though. I think if the Dodgers get into that groove and they win a bunch of games at the end, they're not going to play in the wild card round. They're going to end up in the top 2 spots. So it won't even be a conversation. The Dodgers having that pressure because they'd be already, in the top 2 spots. But the question is, if they don't ever get into that winning, they keep losing games. The offense never gets going. Like it's been unfortunately the last weeks, right? The Dodgers haven't looked too good since July 4th, right? They've lost way too many games. They haven't been able to get into a consistent winning form. And if that never turns around, then I just can't see them finishing in the top 2, right? Because Milwaukee's too far ahead, and Philadelphia, they got to play Philadelphia in a couple weeks. If they don't win that series,
that's a tough matchup.
I mean,
that's the Philadelphia matchup and the Cincinnati matchup. Those 6 games matter a lot right there.
Yeah,
6
like
games matter
today, right? Starting today. 3
Yep.
against Cincinnati, and in 2 weeks they're playing 3 against Philadelphia.
Yeah, those are important teams. But don't take for granted you play Colorado 3 more times. And Colorado
team that beat them twice last week.
Yeah, split 4 with them. That sucks. Here's one from Ray. It says, Brad Sters, if we win the World Series this year, I'll let you drink beer from my Chuck Taylor's. So from his Chuck Taylor Converse. Thanks, Ray. We're gonna win it, man. We're running it back.
Oh God. We got what else? We got Romar saying, Ray, even with all the all-star talents, managers still have to find a way to manage them and put them in the top positions to succeed. Dave last year in the playoffs made good adjustments. Yeah, I would agree with Rumor. I think the manager has to, and the front office. It's a team effort, right? I mean, in the old days, in the days it was like the one guy making all the decisions, right? Like that's the way. It's just baseball. Just is not like that anymore, right? And I think the fans kind of have to get used to that. I mean, I don't really like it. I wish it was kind of like that before because it would be more of the human element. But now I think baseball has completely left the human element. It's all 100% analytics and, all that kind of stuff. Everybody's doing it now. Dodgers were kind of the first team to go all in, and now everybody's doing it.
Well, they're going to have the AI strike zone next year, do you think? Like, is that what they're going to do?
I think they're trying to get that set up because the umpires, as we know, have been really inconsistent. It seems like it gets worse every year. Every year it gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And I think we need technology for that. I don't disagree with that, right? We need because we saw it in the spring training games. It was a good tool. The guys challenged the balls and strikes. Sure, it might make the games a bit longer, but depending on how many challenges you have and all that. But I think in the big games like yesterday or this weekend, there was a lot of questionable calls that I'm sure both teams would have challenged.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But what we talk about, the managers do play an important part no matter what because they've got to bring in the right guys at the right time. And that you see, there's no way that you watch a game and agree with the manager 24/7. There's no way. I don't care who you are. You don't always agree with the manager, and you don't understand. And so you can't always think that they're going to do, and they're not always going to do the right thing. They might be trusting the numbers. They might have a hunch and put a guy in. They might be trying to spark the guy and get some momentum out of him. So you just don't know what goes into the pick on what they do on bringing guys in. And so sometimes they make mistakes, and it's always going to happen.
Yeah, I guess the problem with the Dodgers is that they had with the issue with Roberts is that they had so many years where they didn't get the job done. right? And that's probably why the criticism is there for Dave Roberts. I think that's the main issue, right? There was too many years the Dodgers had a great team and they didn't make the World Series or they lost, right? And it's finally last year it all worked out, and also in 2020. But in the regular season, it was the first time it worked out. And that's why there's so much criticism on Roberts, because there was too many mistakes. Or I mean, think about it. Any other manager probably would have been fired earlier, and the Dodgers stuck by him, right? In the end, it paid off. But I'm saying any other guy probably would have been dumped by another team. The Dodgers stuck with Roberts to the end.
Well, and you could give credit to Dodger fans too, because they expect a lot more than most teams. Can you imagine if you were a full-time Rockies fan and you lived in Colorado and you lived and died by the Rockies? How sucky would that world be? So you think about, for the Dodgers wise, it's like we expect more of the Dodgers because they put money into it. It's a first-class operation, just like Ray was saying. All that. They do so much more, so we expect so much more as Dodger fans. And when they were going on that losing streak, being like one and done in the postseason, that's unacceptable for Dodgers. They can't do that, so they can't give managers long leashes. But I'm telling you once again, though, Roberts goes and rips off another and pulls off another win this year, 2025, and dude, that guy's here for a long time.
Yeah, I mean,
and if you're a Dodger or a Roberts hater, you might have to go to therapy for those like 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think if the Dodgers win, like I said, they go back to back. I mean, it's going to be really. They're going to be considered the best Dodgers era, right? That's the thing. The first time the Dodgers have had a real dynasty, right? Which is what everybody talked about last year when they won. It was everybody had the thought that they were going to try to do it again this year, and then they went out and spent more money in the offseason, and that kind of confirmed that the Dodgers are favorites, right? I mean, if the Dodgers didn't go out and get all the extra players they got, then I think this season the Dodgers wouldn't have as much pressure, because you would say, well, they won last year. It's hard to go back to back, and that would be the end of the conversation, like it's been for so many other teams, right? But since the Dodgers made history last year and changed a World Series winning team, nobody does that, right? The Dodgers did. They went out and changed their team that won them a World Series, and now they're considered once again favorites. So that's we don't know. It's still we don't know how this team is going to play in the playoffs, right? Because there's a lot of new guys in the bullpen. That's the concern I have. I've been telling you the last few weeks. How is this Dodgers bullpen when Tanner Scott and Kirby Yates and all these guys come back? Are you confident that they're going to get the job done? Because there's been too many games this year where they did not get the job done. They basically gave games away, and that's going to be the question. They're going to be able to be different in October, because if they don't, they're not going to win. They're not going to go to the World Series.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. But also, guys went on the IL. Guys been injured, guys been out, but I feel like when you get taken out for a little bit and you have a chance to just kind of heal your body and get back to 100% or at least close to it, I think that's huge for the Dodgers. And I think that these guys needed the break, like Tanner Scott. I mean, obviously, don't you think he needed that break? Like, he needed some time down, but they're all coming back too. So what do you do now? I mean, you literally going to have a stacked bullpen, a stacked starting pitching rotation. Like, and then you have your utility guys back in the mix for your position players. Like, I don't see how the Dodgers, with this setup and what this is going back down to, is I don't see how they don't succeed. And once again, we talk wild card. I don't think wild card's even anything to do with the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers need to look to the division, because they're the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're not a team like, let's try and squeak in and get in the wild card. That shouldn't even be a thought process if you're a Dodger and you're on that team.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have, like I said, they're a championship mentality team. I think, we like the first two games were ugly though. I mean, right? I mean, there were some ugly games in this series. Friday,
5 hits.
Yeah, didn't get anything going. 5 hits in 2 games. That's bad.
Well, yeah, 2 runs.
Yeah.
Like, and then you look at even yesterday, 3 runs in what was it, 22 innings or 23 innings or something like that, until they started getting some home runs with Dalton and Freddie and Shohei. But yeah, so it's like, and even there wasn't a ton of hits too. It's like, so it's not like they're out of it right now, but you have to look at the guys, once again, that are on the field, that are on that team. Look at their resumes. You cannot discredit their resume. I'm not saying you, Mike. I'm just saying discredit their resume. You cannot. You have to look at Freddie as a whole, Shohei, Betts, Will Smith. You have to look at all of them as a whole. Look what they've done in the past. And even though they may stumble a little bit, you notice I didn't say Conforto in that mix.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you notice when they stumble, but they can come out of it, right? And they're going to come out of it. This is not a permanent thing where all of a sudden a guy is an all-star for 8 or 9 years. Oh, and I just forgot how to play now. It's like, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Baseball is streaks.
Yeah.
And you're going to go into streaks at the right time. And trust me, this is going to be the right time for the Dodgers to go into that streak.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody can be concerned with the offense. I mean, sure, right now it looks bad. They've been not scoring a lot of runs, but with all the players that they have, I mean, they're going to eventually turn that around. They're going to score more runs because there's too many. They have too many weapons, right? There's too much, power and all on that team. But the same thing goes again. I mean, can the Dodgers pitch well enough? In the playoffs. I mean, like regular season's one thing, but the playoffs is something else. And last year, the bullpen was really good, right? It was the best it's ever been for the Dodgers ever. I've never seen it that good. And that's why they won the World Series. It wasn't just because of the offense. I think people have to, think about why the Dodgers won the World Series last year. And it was because they had a very good bullpen. It was the best out of all the teams that played in the playoffs last year, and they were champions. That's why. Sure, they scored runs, but it was the bullpen that wanted for them.
Yeah, so then how do you look at it this year? Then you look at so the bullpen struggled this year, right? But now you got 3 key pieces back in the bullpen that were there and a big part of your win before. So that should strengthen your bullpen. Your starting rotation is solid. So to me, if you do the math with literally the same offense as last year, how do you not win? How do you not project them to be on top when it comes down to it and win the World Series at the end?
Yeah, I guess the only argument is, like I said, the bullpen this year has not been as good statistically.
But it's going to get better.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the factor that we're talking about. We don't know, is it going to get better? Well, Kirby Yates is coming back too as well. So you're getting all these guys back. So I have a hard time thinking. I feel like, okay, these guys are rested. They've been chilling in Arizona at the Dodger complex, just rehabbing. Then they go do a few starts in OKC, have some good barbecue one night, and then they're ready. And they're ready to go. These guys have had some time while the other guys have been traveling and they're in the trenches and they're working. The Vesias, the Bondas, they're putting in the time. And now you got some guys to give them a relief and give them a chance to be better too as well, and not be counted on every single night to try and save the Dodgers and get them a victory.
I mean, I just hope that this year the Dodgers bullpen is not as needed as last year. Because last year they had no starting pitching. That's why they had to, do the bullpen games and all that. I mean, hopefully this year we have no bullpen games. I mean, I mean, if everybody's healthy, there should not be any bullpen games the whole playoffs.
No.
There should not be any.
No, you should be managing the game from the 6th and 7th inning on is what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. I mean,
here's a few things from Grizz. Got to hit and play good defense to get the World Series. Grizz is right there.
Yeah.
Can't hit Conforto. Teo's playing like a spoiled Mayo. They're killing us. I'm glad Grizz brings up the Conforto thing. Did you notice that Hae-Sung Kim has been taking reps in left field, and so has Kike in OKC as well?
Yeah, kind of showing.
Does this mean something right here?
I would say so. I mean, I think come playoff time, I mean, if Conforto does not turn around, I mean, how does this guy end up on the playoff roster? It's getting to that point now. I think it's getting too late in the year. It's starting to get realistic. Conforto might not be on the playoff roster, right? I mean,
you're not going to give him 162 games to prove himself, Mike? Come on. He's just around the corner going on a hot streak, man.
Yeah, no, I think it's time to start thinking about leaving him off the playoff roster. I mean, hitting under 200, the way it's been going with runners in scoring position, the numbers have been terrible. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but they've been really bad with runners in scoring position with him batting, right? And if you're saying, I didn't know about that. I didn't know they were doing that already in left field. So
they're playing other positions too, but they both took time and started in left field too. They played a few innings in left. Kim did, and Kike did.
Yeah, but imagine putting Kim in left field as a rookie in the playoffs. So that's
I don't like that idea.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I want to see Kike. I'm more on the Kike train here.
He's played all over the field. The guy can pitch and catch too as well, probably. But I mean, I don't know about putting Kim in left field. That seems a bit risky. And this guy's never played Major League Baseball. He's a rookie. He didn't even play Minor League Baseball.
You think you can do it? We're sending you out to left field, Kim. Go do it. You got it there? Okay.
But that goes back to the Dave Roberts. I mean, the Dave Roberts and Dodgers philosophy of playing everybody all over the field, which fans can't stand. Which I don't really like either.
Everybody plays on my team.
Everybody plays, and everybody plays everywhere. Which obviously is kind of stupid if you think about it.
Yeah.
But the Dodgers, for some reason, do that. They've been doing that since Dave Roberts and the analytics took over the team, right? And it has affected the Dodgers at times because they don't have a set. The last couple years we've seen them kind of set up their lineup, and you have the same guys playing everywhere. But before that, you remember it was guys playing all over the field. That's how it used to be.
Yeah, and he would look at it. It seems like to me every time that a batter had done good against the pitcher, he was automatically in the game no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's hit over 300 against this guy. Well, he's in.
Yeah.
Not whatever his defense is, whatever his lackluster, whatever he's been going through, he's in. And I felt like he did that a lot until I feel like the last couple of years I've seen that where guys that have hit well against certain pitchers are not in the starting lineup, which is like, whoa, he normally would have done that. So I think he might have changed his ways a little bit on that. Because you can't always be about the numbers, and sometimes you do have a hunch. There's.
Well, I think being the best team in baseball in 22 and 2023, and losing in the first round back-to-back years changed that, right? I mean, I think that changed it pretty fast right there. I mean, being the best team in baseball was it 2 or 3 years? I can't remember the years. It's been a while. And they lost in the first round both times. I think that's what changed.
What was it Washington?
Yeah, 2019 was Washington. I was at that game, and then I think in 22 they lost against San Diego. Remember?
Yeah. That hurt because I was at that Washington game.
You were at Game 5?
Yes, I was.
I was there too.
We were both at that.
That's funny.
Yeah, and that'll change things and that wouldn't change things for the normal Major League Baseball team.
Yeah.
But that's going to change things for the Dodgers because of who they are, because they're expected to do better than that. So Dodgers are under the scrutiny 100% always by the media, by everybody in baseball, and they're going to make news no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, what do we also got?
Ray wants to send Bumforto to Siberia.
I see that right here.
I don't know if they have a team.
I don't think they have baseball out there in Siberia. Yeah. Maybe
I don't
basketball.
Think it gets warm enough. Yeah. Even in the summertime, I don't think it gets warm enough.
I don't think so. Yeah.
They do. No, Serbian basketball is legit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have some NBA players. I mean, come on, but not baseball. What was the comment here from Chris saying, Look, Yankees played like tanks. We're looking very similar defensively. What do you think about that? That's a good comment about talking about the defense. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the Dodgers defense? They've had a lot of errors this year. And, of course, the injuries have a lot to do with that because we have a lot of young guys. I mean, look who we have at third base. I mean, guy that we would have never thought would be playing Major League Baseball this year, and Buddy Kennedy. And he's playing there. So I think it has a lot to do with it. But what about the other guys? What do you think of the defense?
Yeah, there's been a lot more errors. I know if you go and compare the number, whatever that number is from this year to last year, there's definitely more errors. And that's why there was been so much more hype and talk about trying to get Mookie back out to right field and not be in the infield. And it's not just Mookie. I mean, Mookie's had some bad mistakes for sure. I mean, I'd say the one person who's been pretty flawless on the infield has got to be Freddie Freeman. I mean, it's really hard to pick him apart for, an error here and there. But yeah, the errors have been you got to limit them because just like you said, just like Grizz says, look what it did to the Yankees.
Yeah, well,
costly errors at the wrong time.
Yeah,
and teams will just pounce on that.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean this is Major League Baseball, right? I mean, so yeah, the Dodgers don't play good defense. They won't even get out of the first round. I mean, that's a given. But I think the defense is you have to think that these guys are gonna play better defensively in the playoffs. This year, like I said, a lot of errors, but you got to hope they turn it around once everybody gets back. I mean, we really need to have Tommy Edman back with the Dodgers, right?
And he's not far. He's not far at all.
I think Tommy Edman is very important, not just because of what he does on the field, but I think also I mean, last year he was the NLCS MVP, so you
Right?
have to expect him to do something special again in the playoffs because that, he really carried the team in that series. I mean, without him, the Dodgers probably don't go to the World Series with the way the other
And
guys are
look,
playing.
and he just got a good break to heal up that ankle too.
Yeah.
And now he's resumed baseball activities. So the dude's already back playing ball, right?
Yeah.
So he'll be ready to go to. They're saying he's ready to go to OKC, and this could be the next week. So then he'll be back. And Muncy is moving along fast too as well. So Buddy's going to be not there for very long when Muncy comes back. Muncy will fit right back in there at third for sure. So those are guys that aren't coming back right away, but those are guys that are coming back within a week or two for sure. And Kike, they're saying, is supposed to be active for this series against Cincinnati.
Grizz saying Phillies or Mets might be our Braves and Cardinals of old kryptonites this year. I don't know. I don't think the Mets are going to beat the Dodgers in a playoff series. That I don't agree with them. The Mets don't have enough to beat the Dodgers. Phillies maybe, but not the Mets.
Boy, I don't like the Mets, man. I definitely do not like the Mets. And the
But
reason
we
one of the
played
biggest
well
things,
against them this year.
yeah,
The Dodgers.
yeah.
They played well against them.
It just goes back to me. It's a heated thing where they had beat the Dodgers in the playoffs, and they had eliminated the Dodgers during the playoffs. And I don't know what year it had to be
10
like
years
2000.
ago.
Yeah, like 2006 or something. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about even earlier than that, 20 years
Yeah,
ago.
something
Okay, yeah,
like
that's
that.
right. Yeah.
And the fans,
Yeah.
all the Met fans, hung around the stadium even after the game and just kept chanting "Dodgers suck" for like an hour after the
Really?
game. And
Yeah.
I was like, dude, move on. You've already eliminated the team,
It
man.
just kept going on
Like,
and on.
yeah, so it's like that right there. I was packing up my headphones after working that night. I was just, oh man, I don't like the Mets. I don't like them.
But the Dodgers did beat the Mets last year in the
Yeah.
playoffs. So that's
Yeah.
why. And I mean, the Mets did make some acquisitions in the offseason, but this year they're a wild card team. They're not probably going to win. They're not going to win their division most likely. So I don't know. I don't think the Mets are a danger. I think obviously the Brewers or Phillies got to be the two teams the Dodgers have to be concerned with, especially the Brewers. They went 0-6 against them, right? I mean, that's going to be the team. Can the Dodgers, I mean, looking at both rosters, obviously the Dodgers have a better roster, but this year the Brewers are above and beyond the best team in baseball. I mean, there's no doubt in both leagues. They're the best team because of what they've done this year.
But I would tell you right there, okay, I see what you're saying, but if it's me or, I'm partial to the Dodgers, but I still, if it's my choice, what team I would take, I would still take the Dodgers over them. Even if I was just a guy that had no stake in the game and didn't care if any of those two teams won, I would still pick Dodgers.
Yeah, a 7-game series, you have to.
Yeah, I don't see how you don't go with that.
Yeah.
The depth that they have. Sure, they swept. Okay, great, but that's regular season. That'll change. All right, here's one I want to talk to you about here.
Yeah.
Okay, what Ray says. I want your opinion here. Robert says players that are hot that sits. That's a joke. If you're a good hitter, period, it doesn't matter who the pitcher is. What Ray says. Thoughts on that comment right there?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're a good hitter, yeah, it doesn't matter who the pitcher is. I agree with that. I think if you're a, like Ohtani, Freeman, Betts, I mean, it doesn't matter who's pitching to you. I mean, you should be out there and you should be able to get the job done. I think that's the old school way of thinking of baseball, and sadly that hasn't changed. That's changing.
Yeah, and I feel like, and then he goes on to say sometimes Roberts will sit people that are hot.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things I don't agree with too. I feel like he does do that occasionally, but if
Well, it's
you
all
have
because
to
of the
nitpick-
matchups.
yeah.
It's just a matchup game. The
If you have to
Dodgers go
nitpick,
all
so
in
that's
on
just a
matchups
small-
for whatever reason.
Always.
Yeah. And then we got.
So yeah, that doesn't. Yeah.
What else
Go
we
ahead,
got?
what do you got?
We got Mets got a lot better since the All-Star break. That's what Grizz is saying. And then we also got rumors saying, Grizz, don't forget about the Brewers. I don't know. I think the Brewers and Phillies are the two teams which are right now first and second. Those are the two teams that will give the Dodgers the most trouble. Out of all the other teams that are in the playoffs right now, the Dodgers should have no problems winning in a series, right? And I mean, even the Cubs, who the Dodgers struggled against this year, I think the Cubs have taken a step back last few months, right? And it shows in the standings. So same thing, Dodgers would be, I think, favored in a potential series against one of those other teams too.
Okay, so here's my thoughts on Brewers. I think the Dodgers will have the edge against Brewers, and the reason I think that is because they're going to hold that sweep just a little bit personal right there. And Dodgers, Shohei doesn't like to be outdone. Dodgers don't like to be outdone. They got showed up. So that is a chance for them to show them. That's a big statement right there, because that's one of the top teams that you could be facing. So you might be facing these guys, and I feel like the Dodgers might have a grudge by getting swept. So not and work in the opposite direction. Phillies, I worry a little bit more about, because I feel like not a sneaker team, but I feel like a team that could definitely give them some trouble.
Well, look at all the stars they have. I
Yeah.
mean, they've spent a lot of money, like the Dodgers too. They have, future Hall of Famers. I think the Phillies are a dangerous team in a playoff series. The Brewers, like I said, you have to pick the Dodgers over the Brewers in a playoff series, even though the Brewers are going to have home field most likely.
Yep.
But the names at the end of the day, I think all the stars have to step up, right? I mean, it would be a big shock if the Brewers found a way to win and make, they would make history, because it was the last time they've been in the World Series, 40 years. I mean, it's been so many years for them.
Yeah, and they'd like to do it for Bob Uecker too. I mean,
Yeah.
The recent passing of Bob Uecker,
Yes.
and that's a big thing with the Brewers. But I'm sorry, man. I think the Dodgers are going to have the edge in this one. All the guys are coming back at the right time. Going to have a strong bullpen. I predict the bullpen being stronger with the return of the guys that are coming back. You got your returning utility players. Kike's a spark plug. You start Kike in left field, that fires the team up too as well. So maybe that's a good way to introduce him back to the team, put him out there in left, set Conforto down for a game. The Dodgers are going to do what they need to do, and it's in their hands right now, man. This is up to them. All the guys are capable of putting up the numbers, getting the hits, getting the clutch performances, hitting with runners in scoring position. They're all capable of doing it. Now's the time to put it together, and that's what the Dodgers have got to do. It's completely up to them. 31 games left, and 2/3 of them against crappier teams than most. So what do? You got to not take anything for granted, and you got to come out and beat the crap out of everyone you play and win all those series.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Dodgers would not be where they're at right now if they didn't have all the injuries, right? I mean, I think that's, it would not be third in the National League if they didn't have, like, look at all the guys you're saying are going to come back. They wouldn't be where they are right now. I mean, that's why the Dodgers, I think, are where they're at, because they've had so many injuries this year in pitching. The bullpen's gotten completely banged up, and then even guys on the field, right, which is obviously concerning, because last year that didn't happen, but this year it seems like everybody on the team has, like, got Freeman, Betts, Muncy, Edman. All these guys have had time where they're out. And that has affected the team as well, because you have other guys having to fill in. And, come October, it's looking like everybody's going to be healthy, right? Of course, the next, go like 5 weeks left, right? You got to hope nobody gets hurt. But if everybody comes back, then it's basically full strength like it was supposed to originally be this season.
So what would you want to have? I mean, how would you want it to be any other way? I mean, let's say the Dodgers don't have all those injuries, right? And all those guys manage to stay healthy enough to play the whole entire season. And here they are with 31 games left in the season. The Dodgers, let's say, have a 15-game lead.
Lost in bread. You're going out.
The West. So, would you rather at 130 some games? Going out a little bit. Yeah, but what would you want better? I'd rather have guys rested at this point.
Yeah.
And I think, to me, that's the most important. To have them rested is the key.
Yeah, have everybody rested. I think that's the key. You have to have everybody at 100%. Hopefully you have all the rotation back. I think that's the most important thing, having the starting rotation back and ready, because last year they had too many injuries in the starting rotation. And, the bullpen had to carry them, and hopefully this year that doesn't happen.
Yeah, but I mean, once again, you got the guys coming back. The team's going to be stronger, and I just feel like, we had a little hiccup against the Padres, but we're going to clean things up right now. The Dodgers know what they need to do, and they got to go out and do it.
Well, we're coming to an end here on the live stream. I don't know if you have anything else, Brad, before we wrap it up.
No, just think positive. And Padre fans, man, you guys are on your own. We can't help you any more than what we've done already for you, okay? You do not face the Dodgers anymore this season. You're going to have to try to get to the postseason on your own. We're just going to go do our thing. You go do your thing.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that works out after the 31 games.
There's always
are
nice
over.
beaches to go to in San Diego. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's always fun to go visit. All right, hey, as you go through the day, always remember to think Dodger blue, and let's go Dodgers.
Let's go Dodgers.